Alright guys, so this video we're going to go ahead and install these Underglow lights on the 370Z. The brand is pronounced X-Bright. Throwback series LED Underglow lighting kit. It's pretty cool. I already tested it. It does work and everything. There's two ways to be able to connect it. You have one where you're going to install this into the inside of your car, and then has a switch for on and off. And then there's another way that you can install it, which is this one right here, which goes directly to the battery. So right now what I'm doing is I'm connecting these on the ends. So I have this one connected. I just got to heat it up and shrink it. Add some electrical tape on there. And then same thing with this side. We're going to add it right here as well. And it has a fuse on here already. So if anything happens to it, the fuse will blow and it won't damage any of the components or anything. I want to use this one here, but I want to test it to make sure it works. Because when I use this method of connecting it, which goes into the inside of the car, it only turns on when the car is on the on position. So I want to be able to turn this on when the car is off. And it's really easy to disconnect it. You're just going to twist this off and then pull it outward and it's going to come off. It only goes in and out one way. So, and then here we have the cords. They come already attached, but I disconnected all of them. Two longer ones are going to go for the side skirts or the sides, and the shorter ones are going to go for the front and the rear. And then the one with the longer cord, which is this one right here, this one goes to the back. It's going to look dope. I got the kit from Amazon. Well, I actually didn't get it. I got it as a Christmas gift for my girlfriend. So shout out to her. Super sick gift. I've been so excited to go ahead and install this onto the car. So I'm finally going to be able to do it. I didn't really get to see a lot of 370Z videos on Underglow kits. So most likely I'll be like the first one giving you like a full tutorial on how to do it. The kit does come with a controller, and I believe it does have an app as well. Here's a controller. Let me go ahead and test fit it first onto the battery. If it works without having to turn the car on, then we're going to do it that way. If it doesn't work, then I'm just going to put it inside the car. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I went ahead and connected it. So we have this one. I heat shrunk it. So these type of fittings that I put on here, you just apply heat. I use a heat gun over there, and then it's gonna pretty much compress it and squish it together. So I connected it here, and then I connected this other one over here on this side. Now let's go ahead and test it out. They only go in one way, and even the arrow tells you how it goes, just like that. I have my controller right here. I only have one connected right now, so only one of them is gonna work. And there you go, turned on. I pretty much want to eliminate trying to have anything exposed, that way it doesn't get damaged. Let's go ahead and start doing that. We're going to go ahead and start running the wires, and then after I'm done, I'll show you guys how I ran everything. Alright, so a little bit of a progress update, what's going on so far. I went ahead and connected this to here. Right now I have one routed to the front, and it's going to stay like that, and then it's going through this right here. Going to go inside, and then I'm going to zip tie it to this, and then it goes to the bottom. And it's right there. I zip tied it to that harness over there. Going down, it's gonna go to the front. For the front one, I'm not going to connect it yet because I don't have a mounting point where I feel that it's gonna be secure and it's gonna stay on there. It's gonna look good, and you're gonna be able to see the lights. I wanted to attach it to this bash bar so you can see the Mishimoto oil cooler, but this thing kind of curves right here, so I don't feel like it's gonna stick properly because it curves too much. I'll try it out, see if it looks good. I was thinking about running the wire through the hole right there and then connecting it to the bottom right here if you're going to connect it to the bash bar, and or if you're going to connect it to the side. So you could put it down here. You can run it through the bottom on the other end, and then you connect it to the bottom if you want to, right on this metal piece right here. So that was another place I wanted to mount it. Now the reason I'm not sure about mounting it right now right there is because my splitter is most likely going to cover that entire piece. So I don't think it would be ideal to connect it there. So honestly, the best way for me to mount it is most likely going to be up here. So you can see the oil cooler and you can see the grill through the bumper, or it would be under the splitter or the front bumper that you have. So that's going to be the best way in my opinion, but it's completely up to you how you want to mount it. If you don't have a splash shield or anything covering the back, it would be pretty ideal to do it there. But that's my complication right now, so I'm most likely not going to do the front. But then if you go to the side, for the side we have two wires running. So we have these two right here, gonna go all the way down, you have one short one, and then you have the really long one, which is gonna go to the back all the way over there. Now for this one, we're going to go ahead and run it through the splash shield, which is right here. There is a hole right in here that you can push your wires through the fender, and then it's gonna go over here through the splash shield. So you can just grab a flathead, push this out, grab the wires, pull it through, and then zip tie it to the existing wires that are at the top. As for the bottom, I have it running through this brace, going over it so it doesn't touch the bottom, going over it, and then I'm going to zip tie this right here, and then I'm going to be removing this cover to run the line through it all the way to the back for the rear line. As for this other short one, I'm going to have to figure out how to like mount it right here, and that way it sticks right there, and then it connects to the light on the side right here. And then for the other side, I have the line running right here, going all the way through here. I removed all these plastic pieces as a bunch of pop clips. There's like one right here, take it off, and you will have to loosen the brace bar or remove it in order to lift it up to get the wire in there. Now let's go to the other side so you guys can see. So here's the line right there. See, it's run to the inside, that way it's not in the engine bay, because if it's touching the engine or it's really close, it's going to get hot and possibly melt the line. So do not run it through this side right here. It has to go inside of the plastic that's here, and it does cover it up, and this brace is like sticking on there, so you can't lift it up without removing the brace or loosening it. And the line goes over here, and then it's going to go same thing in the fender and the fender liner going to the back. And then right now I just have it sitting in here for now. The last line that I have is going to be the long one, which is this one right there. So my idea is to go ahead and attach it right here to my chassis mounted wing. So I'm going to clean this up with acetone. Oh, that's another thing, you do have to clean your surfaces with acetone, so do that first and then apply it. So I still need to clean a lot of my pieces before I go ahead and add it on there, going all the way down. And then that line is most likely going to come from that end over there where those lines are right now. So I still need to do that. I need to remove that cover. I most likely have to jack up the car to do that because it's kind of low. So we're getting there. It's a lot of prep, a lot of running the wires, getting everything tucked in. You don't want to leave anything out, because if you leave it out, then it's most likely going to get torn apart or ripped out. So yeah, let's go ahead and jack up the car. I'm going to have to run that line. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and start actually putting the lights on there. So we're getting there. Let's go ahead and finish this up. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done. Let me give you a quick glimpse of what it looks like on the car as of right now. So we're going to push the on button, it's going to turn on. So right now it's on the sides in the rear. I'm going to put it in fade. I think it looks a little bit better like that. Alright, so here's the bottom. Let me turn off the lights. So there you can see the brackets that I installed. Just ran through the bottom right here. Put a few brackets just to help hold it in place with the 3M tape. It's on there really good. Then more brackets, and then all the way to the back right there. For the other line, let's run through the bottom of this right here. Let me see if I can turn my flashlight on really quick. So I put it under this thing. It has a few 10 mils. Take them all off, and then you're gonna go ahead and pull this off, pull it down, and run the line inside of this thing. And then going through the back, I have it ran under that brace right there, going up, and then I have it right there zip tied to the heat shield right there, and then going up over the differential. I have a bunch of zip ties all over it, so it's not going to fall off. And then I have it running down here into the back over there behind the heat shield, and then zip tied to the other lines right there running though over there. So that kind of gives you an idea how everything's ran. So everything is secure, nothing's going to touch heat, and then everything else still ran the same on the inside how I showed you guys earlier. Here's the front. I didn't take off the tape on here. I just put a bunch of zip ties all over it to hold it in place for now, because I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to mount it yet. The zip ties are holding it really good. It's not going to come off. Put a bunch on there so it's on there secure. Let's go ahead and put the bumper back on, and then we're going to clean up the car and we're going to take it to a meet. So let's jump over to the meet. Alright guys, so here I am with the 370Z. I came to a really dark spot. That way you guys can kind of see the lights and how they look like in the dark. And then I'll move over there to the light. That way you guys can see it a little bit better, see how it looks under direct sunlight or light. So I just found out that mine doesn't have Bluetooth, but I'll link down in the description what app you need if you do get the Bluetooth version. So this is without the Bluetooth, where you just use the controller to be able to turn it on. Here we have the on button. You push that and then it turns the lights on for you. Right now it's in a fade mode, which is the bottom one. As you guys can see, it looks super sick. Looks really dope. It gives me like Need for Speed Underground vibes. Not sure if you guys play that game, but I'm old school and I used to play Need for Speed all the time, and it just reminds me of that. It looks super sick. There's a front. Right now, of course, has a gap because of the bumper. It's messed up. I will be getting a new one. I'm not saying which one it is yet, but it will be coming up very soon, hopefully within the next few weeks. But I really wanted to show off the grill. You guys can see the Mishimoto oil cooler right there. Looks really dope. And in the back, you can see the exhaust and everything. So let me air it out. So right there, it's on the floor. You guys can still see it. But if your car is like all the way on the ground where your sides could touch the floor, you might not be able to see it as much. It is dirty. I didn't get to clean it, but you might not be able to see it because it's pretty dark outside. So let's move over there. Okay, so here it is in a little bit more light. Kind of see it on this side. With the controller, you have the on and off button, so click it off, click it on, and then you can change it. Like, let's say you want blue, that's blue right there. Then this one is white. The white looks pretty sick. I like the white a lot. And then you have green, yeah, red. The red looks dope. It looks evil. You got orange, yellow. I believe this one is cyan. The cyan looks really sick. I think it looks dope. It pops a lot. And then you got purple. Purple looks pretty dope too. So you have jump 3, which is gonna jump through 3 solid colors. So you have red, blue, green. And then you have jump 7, which is gonna jump through all 7 colors. Fade 3, which is going to fade through the 3 colors, blue, red, and green. And then you have fade 7, which is going to fade through all colors. And then these here, this one, it pretty much goes to sound. So like if I'm talking, see right now how it's like changing color, it's going to my voice. So that's pretty sick. I don't know about the rest of these. I have to look it up. I think it just blinks a little bit faster. It changes up a little bit more. And I think it's here in the exhaust, so it's jumping a lot. And then these here, you can make it brighter. So lower the brightness. Just like that. That's the lowest it goes. You can like barely see it. And then it looks like that's the highest right there. That's pretty bright. It's pretty good. But yeah, it looks super sick. Look at all that carbon fiber right there. Sheesh. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right there. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Like I said, super easy install. It did take me quite a bit, but because I took my time on it, I routed everything perfectly where it's not gonna touch any heat, it's not gonna get stuck or anything, get caught on the ground when driving. Everything is tucked away. So I would highly suggest taking your time if you really want this to last and you don't want it to get damaged. I purchased all the items to attach it to the bottom from Home Depot. So if you guys want to purchase it, I'll try to link it down below if I can find it. If not, I'll take a picture and I'll leave it somewhere right here. It was in the steel aisle. We can purchase all the brackets, so that's where I got all my stuff from. I would recommend getting the Bluetooth one that we can connect it to your phone so you have access to it at all times instead of having to have the controller on you all the time. It just have a battery on it. I did realize that the battery was dying, so I changed it out. I think it was a 2025. Make sure to get that battery if yours is running out. Mine was, because I didn't want to turn on for a bit, but now it's working perfectly fine. So just change out the battery if it's dying. That's how she looks. Looks super sick. Really happy with the results. Once I get that new bumper, it's gonna look even better. It's gonna look aggressive, it's gonna look sick, and I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.